Welcome back to another episode of the RB Leipzig Career Mode here on FC25, where we are midway through the second season here. We sit 9th in the table here. We are 10 points off top of the spot, which is Stuttgart. Actually, no, it's not Stuttgart. It's Bayer Leverkusen, I should say. It's Bayer Leverkusen. We are 10 points off of them. We're also 10 points off against Stuttgart as well. We are not looking good so far. We have not had the best. We are drawing a lot of games, and a lot of those games are simulations. We are sitting second in the Champions League. I believe we got knocked out in the DFB Pokal already. Did we not get knocked out? I'm pretty sure we got knocked out. Do we not play the DFB Pokal yet? Oh, we haven't even played the DFB Pokal yet. When is that? Is that not starting soon? Or do we? I guess we join it late. Yes, we join it late. Where is the DFB Pokal? The DFB Pokal is not even a thing anymore. That's interesting. Okay. Unless it just, I don't know. And we start this episode by strengthening our midfield. I enjoy Xavi Schlager, but I think an upgrade path is finally here. We shielded it off coming into the season, but I think it's finally time to do it. Nemecha is going to be coming in from Borussia Dortmund, the center defensive mid, 85 overall, will join for 65 million. We say hello to him, to Borussia Dortmund, and welcome into RB Leipzig. He'll be staying in Germany, but now hopefully looking to rebuild the squad and help perform better in the league. Welcome in, Mr. Nemecha. The winter break is over for the German sides here, and we jump straight into the action here against Frankfurt. They sit 13th in the league, but at this point, it doesn't matter where they sit. It just needs to be a win, and we are struggling to get wins on simulation, so I'm picking things into my own hands here, playing in this game here. So we say hello to the field here. We say welcome to 2020 something, whatever year it is. We say hello to Felix Nemecha, starting his first game at the club here for the club. And we say welcome back into the starting lineup, Mr. Johan Bakayoko, as we look to try and find him out wide. He's back fully fit from injury. That break actually did him world of wonders. Good to see. Javi Simmons. Javi Simmons into Luis Openda. Luis Openda, Javi Simmons, first touch, it's off target. Luis Openda just out wide to Holla back. The keeper doesn't want to come collect it. Holla back into Luis Openda and off target again. Pedro Porta, Johan Bakayoko. Johan, welcome in, welcome back. Bakayoko gets a corner. Javi Simmons on set corner. Marquehi, no. He'll fall back to Javi. Crossed in for Matteo Guendouzi. Second ball, no. Marquehi, Bakayoko. Javi Simmons off of the post. A rebound. Luis Openda offside. Javi Simmons into Luis Openda. And Luis Openda will make it 1-0 here for Leipzig. Javi Simmons gets taken down in the box. It'll be a penalty for Leipzig, a chance to double their lead here. Harleback, can he score the penalty? He can. 2-0. Harleback, Luis Openda, he's in behind for a third here to really seal the deal. Luis Openda, 3. For RB Leipzig, it's 0 for Frankfurt. It's going to be a win here for Luis Openda. We are simply just going to jump to the result here. And a 4-0 win. Luis Openda on the score sheet as well. Are we finally starting to find form here? That is the first time in league play this season that we have won 2 games in a row. Borussia Dortmund and now Frankfurt. That's the first time all season long we have strung 2 wins together right next to each other. All season long. And we are 16 games in. Are we 16 games in? Yeah, 16 games in. That tells you the kind of season we're having in the league play. Make that 3 wins in a row. Javi Simmons, Luis Openda, and Javi Simmons on the score sheet. 3 wins in a row for the boys here. We're starting to find form. Why Javi Simmons is leaving the club. I didn't even get a transfer offer for Javi Simmons. I've only gotten transfer offers for like the 60 overall cams that just won't leave the club. I'm assuming Javi Simmons has a release clause and it got triggered. The question is by who and how much, and why did I not get notified? Because if I would have got notified, I would have made sure this didn't happen. Javi Simmons has left the club. He's off somewhere. I don't know where. Javi Simmons is off to Chelsea for 157 million. That's his release clause, apparently. Wow, then. Okay. The release clause was lower than his value. Well, that's just not true. His value is 97. His release clause is 157. Well, at least he went to a club that he could be going to in real life as well. That is about the only club I would have sold Javi Simmons in the first season. That's just a little bit annoying, though. Now we have to go replace him. And we have 180 million? We have 212 million. Okay, wow. We have 212 million to go. Well, then. That's actually annoying. Wow. Now, I don't know what it is with me and signing players I know I can't pronounce, but we go ahead and do it anyway. We go ahead and bring in Hungarian Szoblai from Liverpool. Welcome into RB Leipzig. I'm taking a big risk on him. I've actually never used him at all on FC25 or really on any FIFA games at all. I haven't used him ever, so we are taking a risk. We are pulling the trigger, and Szoblai, welcome into the squad here. Hopefully you can fill in the shoes massively. I mean, he's well-rounded. He has good free kick accuracy. He has like 83 free kick accuracy. His curve might not be the best. His power might not be the best, but free kick accuracy, he's probably the main man now. Obviously, Javi Simmons was the main man and alongside David Raum, but now it's going to be Szoblai. Welcome into the squad for a whopping 94 million. Welcome in. We're going to jump into this game here against Heidenheim. They sit 8th in the league, 26 points. They are 3 points behind us. We are now currently 8 points behind Stuttgart, but top of the table, we are still 11 points off of them. We could close that down to 8 with the game in hand that we have. Let's see if we can make it 4 wins in a row, and we say hello to German football. Back to German football for Szoblai. I believe he came from, I don't know what club. I believe he came from Germany. Did he come from Bayer Leverkusen? No, he came from RB Leipzig. He came from, so he actually, yeah, okay. I had a thought that he came from RB Leipzig. Szoblai, welcome back to RB Leipzig. I knew he came from Germany. I just couldn't think of it. He was at Salzburg. That's what I do know from Red Bull. I know he was at Red Bull Salzburg, and then he got kind of just flooded in and money laundered his way into RB Leipzig, into another Red Bull club. And now he goes to Liverpool, who is in the Premier League, not part of the Red Bull family. Felix Nemecha. Szoblai. Szoblai! Shot saved by Carl Hein, former Arsenal keeper. And they sit in 8th. David Raum on the corner. Mark Ahino. David Raum will get a second one. David Raum deflected in. Szoblai header saved. Bakayoko will let it go out for another corner. Second of the day. Matteo Guendouzi on the right-hand side now. Marquehi, second ball, cleared away. Harleback. Luis Openda. Johan Bakayoko. Cross comes in. Pedro Porto cross in for Dominic. He'll fall for Nemecha. That's a foul referee. Holy cow. Dominic. I'm looking for free kicks now with Dominic in the team. Harleback. Pedro Porto. Johan Bakayoko. Luis Openda, Harleback, and Harleback saved. Luis Openda rebound. He just pressured, pushed through, and finding the back of the net. And RB Leipzig finally break the deadlock here. It's 1-0. Uchi cross comes in. Nemecha heads it down, but only into Kreber, and Kreber will shoot, and Kreber will be saved by Garbada, and out for a corner as Szoblai picks up a yellow card, and Xavi Schlager will make his first appearance since getting replaced by Nemecha. And that is full time. That is now 4 wins in a row in the league. The boys are back. The 1-0 win. Luis Openda makes it 1-0 here against Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League. And Nemecha will score his first goal for the club. A 2-0 lead here. And Luis Openda will seal the deal. That should be enough for us to get into the top 8. Bare minimum, in all honesty. And we are through to the top 8, so we will get to skip the playoff round there. The best the ninth place team can do is 17, and we have 18, so we are through alongside Manchester City. Everybody else, like teams like Bayern Munich getting through it, can also get knocked down, with AS Roma and Marseille being the most likely to possibly get knocked down if Celtic or Sporting were to win there. I would assume that Bayern Munich are safe, and even Slavia Praha as well. In the Europa League here, we have Atletico Madrid and Liverpool in the Europa League leading the lines there, with Newcastle in 7th, Juventus in 13th. This is actually a semi-strong side of Europa League, so that's interesting to see there. And then in the Conference League here, Aston Villa, Lille maybe, but that's about it. So about as weak as expected. But yeah, who's struggling? Is Barcelona still struggling? Barcelona are sitting 26 with 1 game left to go. They need a win here. They are playing the worst side in the entire thing there, so they are playing the team that has lost 7 games in the Champions League. They've only scored 2 goals. I will kind of want to go back and see who they've scored against, but I just don't want to at the same time. So, yeah, that is interesting to see there. They lost 1-0 to Manchester United, so they at least kept it tight there in that respect of that. They scored a goal against Manchester City. You can see that they lost 4-1 in there against Manchester City. I'm not going through all this. I am. Slavia Praha, they lost 1-0. That's when we lost to Slavia Praha as well. That's interesting to note that. And yo, what? Okay, yeah, I'm not going through all that. Match day here against Augsburg. We're gonna look to make it. Is it 5 now in a row? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5 league wins in a row against Augsburg. And if that's right, it will be 5 wins in a row. A 1-0 win against Augsburg, and it is 5 wins in a row in the league for the boys here. We are in the best form of our season here. That's now what? I guess theoretically, what? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 undefeated games across all competitions, which is interesting to see that. So we are finding form. We are starting to realize how good of a team we are here. So let's go ahead and sim this last day here. Let's see if Barcelona can get into the Champions League playoffs now, or will they be knocked out. Match day here against Marseille, and we go ahead and win. Luis Openda scoring the 79th minute. Bakayoko on the score sheet. Luis Openda again. And Marseille, they actually kind of needed that. They could now be knocked out into the playoffs. That was actually a big matchup for him. They could be knocked out into the playoffs. Barcelona, I'm assuming, have won their game, but the question is, did the results go their way in the other competitions? So here we go. Man City and RB Leipzig are your top 2 teams so far, your favorite teams so far. Bayern Munich are right behind them. Sporting in 4th. Slavia Praha making a rare appearance in the top 5. Feyenoord in 6th. Lyon in 7th. And Man United get that 8th spot. Arsenal are your first team out of the top 8 there. They will be playing playoff Champions League football. Did Barcelona make it through? Barcelona did make it through on the final game day. With that win against FCSB, they make it through there. Chelsea make it through. Real Madrid make it through. Benfica make it through. I did just see, though, the first team out is actually a massive side in Paris Saint-Germain. They are out. They won 3. They've lost 5. They are out by 1 point in the Champions League. Borussia Dortmund are also out of the Champions League here. And the worst team is obviously FCSB, losing all 8 games. They did score a goal against Barcelona there in that last game, but they've conceded 16, so they conceded an average of 2 goals per game. Ajax did horribly as well. They finished 34th. That is really shocking for Ajax. But we are into the Champions League round of 16, so we don't even have to worry about that. And now we get to just cruise through. The win streak continues. We beat Hoffenheim on a simulation as well. Luis Openda, Guendouzi, and Lemaitre all on the score sheet in a 3-2 victory against Hoffenheim. That's now 6 wins in a row in the league. And here we go. It's Freiburg versus RB Leipzig. Manager of the month for our month of January, where we won every single game in the month of January, so that's acceptable. Yoan Doan. It's probably not even Yoan Doan. I don't know why I'm saying Yoan. It just sounds cool. But good threat there. Dealt with Now Nemecha into Luis Openda, into Dominic, and Dominic out wide for Bakayoko. And Bakayoko now, where's Luis Openda? It's going to be Bakayoko. He's going to take it himself. He's going to go near post. It goes in. And Johan Bakayoko scores his first goal with myself since coming back from injury. And it's 1-0 for RB Leipzig. How does this go in? Just blasted over there. Hits the post. And it goes in somehow. And Gunter's in behind. Gunter chips the keeper. And Freiburg, oh, they won't draw level here. Gunter missed it completely off target. Nemecha, Hollaback over the top. No, it might fall for Nemecha. It will. Nemecha out wide for Bakayoko. Crossed in. Luis Openda wins the header off of the crossbar and out for a goal kick. And halftime? It will be halftime. 1-0 up at the break here. Hollaback gets completely taken out by Oashi Samuel on an attack there. It could be a red card. It won't be because he's not the last defender. It will just be a yellow. It could have easily been a red. Matteo Guendouzi into Gabbia. Gabbia into Nemecha. Nemecha. Pedro Porto will collect it. Pedro Porto. I just butchered his name. It might fall for Hollaback. It will. Shot saved directly by the keeper. Go. Luis Openda. Luis Openda into Bakayoko. And Johan Bakayoko now on his left foot to double the lead. And Johan Bakayoko will get a brace here. It's 2-0. Luis Openda. Tyler Dibbling. Cross comes in. Memphis Depay with the acrobatic finish. It's 3-0. He might be old. He might be aging. He might be deteriorating. But he still got it. Memphis Depay makes it 3-0 for RB Leipzig. And if you're wondering why his number might have possibly changed, it's because he got recalled and we just bought him back at the start of January. Tyler Dibbling. Luis Openda. Luis Openda. 4-0. And the win streak continues. And that's full time. A 4-0 win. Final game of the episode. We are looking to make it an 8-game win or 9-game win streak. 8 or 9 at this point. I don't know. We simmed the game just after that last game to get to this one, and we won 3-2 in that one. So the win streak continues in the league here. We are 8 points off top of the table, so we still need Bayer Leverkusen to start losing or dropping some points here. But as long as we keep winning, anything is realistically possible here. We do make a couple of changes, and in fact I think it's only actually one change, and I think it is Antonio Nusa starting for Hollaback on the left hand side. And that is the only change in the lineup. Cross comes in. Pedro Porto heads it away even though the keeper was coming to collect it. Szoblai into Antonio Nusa. And Antonio Nusa now down the left-hand side. And Antonio Nusa could be in behind here. The counter-attack of dreams here. Antonio Nusa P-rolls it into the back of the net. And RB Leipzig are still firing off here. 1-0. Dominik Szoblai now on the counter-attack. It's his time to run. I don't think he's actually scored yet for this club. Dominick Szoblai is in behind. Can he finally get a goal for the club? Dominic, he cuts in. It's saved. It's Johan Bakayoko on a rebound. It's Antonio Nusa who was there. He just had to tap it in. Was he offside, possibly? David Raum switches it over to Pedro Porto. Pedro Porto into Bakayoko. Bakayoko, Luis Openda, offside, but he hit the target, hit the post anyway. Pedro Porto, Antonio Guendouzi, Szoblai, Luis Openda, Antonio Nusa will make it 2-0, and that is tiki-taka football at its best. 2-0 for RB Leipzig, and the win streak is looking to continue. And that's going to be a penalty. The penalty here for Hamburg. And a penalty here to to half in the deficit here, and they do that. It's 2-1. It's not completely over. Alright, stop playing for the foul. Guendouzi. Give it back to Dominic. And Dominick Szoblai. We don't need a free kick to score. He'll score from distance anyway. And I believe that's his first goal for the club. Even on simulations, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's his first goal for the club a month and a half later. 1-0. Appelkamp. Applecamp is 3-2. I think the Lord Szoblai scored. Szoblai gets taken out again, and that's going to be him done and over. His day is over. Reese is sent off. Early yellow cards, or back-to-back yellow cards. And another free kick in a position I can't shoot, even though the game thinks I can and game thinks I should. Which, I mean, Szoblai of all players is the one to shoot it because he has the power. And he will shoot it. And it will go wide. But, oh no, to be fair, just didn't have the right stuff to it. And maybe I shouldn't have done that because they could theoretically score and just ruin everything here. Especially with plus 2 minutes. Marquehi wins the ball back, and Luis Openda, that's game over. The win streak continues. RB Leipzig 3, Hamburg 2. The win streak keeps marching on. And so tomorrow starts with a very important game against Bayer Leverkusen, who we're actually 5 points behind now. They must have lost. Well, let's see. Oh, they did lose. They lost to Augsburg. They lost to Augsburg when we beat Hamburg, so the 5-point gap now is there. We could close that down to just a 2-point gap tomorrow's episode. Would that be win number 10 in a row? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many was in here? 6, 7, 8. December 9. So we are currently 9. So that Bayer Leverkusen game would be for game number 10 win in a row in the league alone. And you can see there we do have our Champions League opponent for the round of 16. We have Napoli in the Champions League there. So Inter Milan versus Man United, Barcelona versus Lyon, Real Madrid versus Man City, Napoli versus Leipzig, Frankfurt versus Sporting, Celtic versus Slavia Praha, Chelsea versus Feyenoord, and AC Milan versus Bayern Munich. So in the playoffs, AS Roma get knocked out, Tottenham get knocked out, Real Sociedad get knocked out, Bayer Leverkusen get knocked out. So those are your big teams getting knocked out of the Champions League. I will see y'all for tomorrow for the biggest game of this season so far. If we are to lose this game, the season is pretty much over for league play. And then we'll also get into Champions League action as well. I will see y'all there. Leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.